Welcome back. Today we'll be talking about asynchronous programming. So in the last video we talked about multi-threading. So in the multi-threading video we actually talked about how we can create two threads that can actually execute all our tasks to make it faster, right? So that means we employ two methods and then we have both methods delivering their own task uh, at their own speed time, right? But then we also look into it like, okay, that could actually give us a fast performance. But what if we just but in when it comes to memory, that's pretty expensive because we are using multi-thread. Look at it, it's just like in real life, you hire two people to do two jobs. What if you want to like hire one person that can actually do those two jobs for you? Right, so that's pretty much cost effective, meaning we have more memory space, and this person can also should also have the skills of multitasking, right? They can deliver to um, tasks. So that's where the asynchronous programming comes in. So we'll be using one thread, and then the one thread will be running concurrently in a way that it will be delivering different tasks depending on the speed rate of the task. So if task one is what gets executed first, it will push task one forward, and if it's task two, it push task two forward. So in here we'll be learning about async and await keyword in C sharp. So let's see how that work in reality. So first of all, what we'll be doing now is let me first create a thread. I mean a random method that would for example, let me see. Let me assume that I'm trying to create a method that probably started by okay, cook rice, right? So this is me employing a method that can cook rice. For example, if rice is going to take console the red line, let's assume the rice is going to take 5 or 10 seconds cooking rice. Okay, and then this is going to take about let me see, um, let me assume 7 seconds threads of speed. So the amount of rice time for rice to cook will be 7 seconds, right? Then we want to display another let me see, we want to display another message that notify us that the rice has been cooked actually. So that way we'll have something like rice cooked. Okay, so that is that. And then what if I also have another method that would actually, check what is going on? It's hard for me to think of what to do right now, but let me just put the logic right there. Let me create a method public static void manager. Okay, let's assume it's just manager. Okay, so now the manager would be checking, the manager will be monitoring this cook here to see if the rice is cooked. So in here I want to call the cook rice method to be able to monitor what the the cook is actually doing. So but then if I come here and I just call the manager method, okay, right line, this is the main method. So what I did here is by the time the debugger hits this main method, so it will call the manager method first, meaning it will come here. The manager method will call the rice method, then the rice method will come here, then it will start cooking rice, wait for 7 seconds, rice is done, then it returns rice is done here, then it goes here, right? So let's run that. So we'll be calling the manager method first, then the manager method will be calling the cook rice method, then the cook rice will be executing. So this is it. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the build started cooking rice. Okay, waiting for 7 seconds, right? Then rice is cooked. Okay, so before I even start the async method, I want to make sure that this is pretty clear. So we call the manager method first, right? So it says cooking rice. After waiting for 7 seconds, right? Then rice is cooked. Then it called that. Then it now came to call this. This is the main method, right? But then because this manager method is delaying, why don't we just keep this and then come to execute this one? Then whenever this one is done executing, then it will return it, right? We don't have to wait for this to execute when we can just when the program can go ahead and execute this, right? So if you're a user and you're waiting for your program to run, I mean for all other execution behind the scene to run before you could actually execute your program, then you'll probably be frustrated with the with the system, right? You don't want a system like that. You want something that even other execution are going in the background, then you can still do other things in your interface. It's just like when you go on Amazon, you want to order something, you click on search, and then while it's searching, you want to search something else, you can easily that search one and then go to the next one. You don't want to wait, right? So that is where the asynchronous method comes in here. So we'll see how to use that, and using that is what we just need to do is the async keyword. Here we'll have the async keyword here, right? Then if we're using the async keyword here, then it will give us a warning message here. We need to use the await as well. So what are we awaiting for? We need to put this cook rice method and make it wait, like until just keep executing. Then whenever you're done executing, it should return the result. So how do we do that? Task dot run. Just delegate it there. So what we've done here is that what we have done here is we have used this await keyword to actually isolate this method. So just keep running this one. Whenever it is ready, then you return it. So that wouldn't stop us from going ahead to execute this one. So if I go ahead and run this method now, instead of it waiting for the manager, it will first of all go and run this one while the manager is waiting. Then it goes and run. You see this is the main method. Then it went while we are waiting for the cooking rice. So that's just how it worked. So we didn't have to like wait for all the time that this is taking. Then you just run this concurrently. Okay, you are still waiting for some time, right? Okay, go ahead, but then we wouldn't wait for you. Whenever you are done, bring the result. Then it went straight to this and execute this. So that is actually the power of async and await, which is a concurrent asynchronous programming. So we can use one thread to multitask. So that is how it works. If you like this video, kindly subscribe and click the like button. Share also. Thank you.